right, the definition of a log, it's a base x is equal to a, right? So like 2 to the third is 8, right? Okay. So the inverse function to an exponential function is a log function. Logarithm, log, right? On your calculator, it's this little log. Or where's the other one? Oh, or here. So you're using these two buttons. So this is when it's log base 10, and this is when it's any other log. Because if you look at the button, see how it has a shaded lower, like for a subscript, and then it has an open rectangle, right? A shaded square and open rectangle. You're going to use those for when the base is not 10. So like this one, this one, this one, anytime it's not a 10. This log 10 of 10 is this button. Okay, so when you just see log, it's implied it's base 10. Okay, you'll get the whole backwards and forwards. You'll get better at it. This is just day 1. Okay, so the lower subscript is the base. This integer or fraction or whatever it is, whatever number that is, or variable, that's your a, that's your argument or your value, and this is your exponent. They can get rewritten both ways, and we'll practice that, okay? But today, just the calculator. Okay, oh, we'll use the calculator at the bottom, but we'll still look at the calculator. Okay, so if I get a sheet of paper, we're gonna rewrite. And you're gonna try and, get multiples. Okay, so this is my log base 2, so that's my b. 64 is my argument or my value, that's your a. And I'm looking for x, right? That's what I'm looking for is x. So log of 2, 64, I'm looking for x. This is b, this is a. So if I rewrite it in exponential form, it's b, which is 2, x, right, which is that, and then equal a, what's a? 64. 2 to what power gives me 64? Well, grab a calculator and just practice it. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. All right, so we'll do a little less. Okay, if I put in 4, oh, you can't see. If I put in 4 2s, so 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, 2 to the 4th power, I get 16. All right, so let me try again. If I do 5, I get 32. If I do 6, I get 64. Okay, so let's try that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 6 2s. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 64. So that means 2 to the 6th power is 64, yes? Okay, so that means x is equal to 6 because 2 to the 6th power is 64. And so what you were supposed to write here then, but I wrote the x, right, is it would have been log base 2 of 64 is equal to 6 because 2 to the 6th power gives me the product 64. So it's this number is your base, this is your exponent, this is the expression, the product, the expanded value. That's how you write from exponential to logarithm. SATs love this, by the way. They're always on every SAT. Huh?
Can you move it down just a little bit? I can see.
There's really nothing else. Okay, yeah. Oh, come over here and here, let me give it to you. If you guys come in late, you gotta come over to me and get the sheet. I don't feel like getting up all the time. So here's 2 of them, if you guys need one. Okay. Okay, so now let's do log base 5. All right, so if you're looking at log base 5, if you have log base 5, 125, remember, this is what you're looking for is x. I'm doing this one here, right? Okay. If this is your base 5, 5 to what power or what exponent is equal to 125? 3. Very good, right? Because what's 5 times 5 times 5? 125. Or what's 5 to the third power? 125. Okay, now, do you have to write it in your exponential? Where am I? I'm right here. All right, and so it's 3. 5 to this power should give me that value. So it would be, again, remember, you get to use your papers on quizzes, so it would be within your interest to possibly write it to the side, because remember, if you don't write it, that's your issue, not mine, right? Okay, so if we do log base 8, that means the base is 8. What exponent gives me 1? Yeah, very good.
Or 0.
0. And so check. I know it says no calculator, but that's because you're not supposed to type it in the calculator, but I'll show you right now. So 8 to the 0 power. Remember, everything to the 0th power is 1. That's it. Okay, if say you're like, I'm stuck, how do I do this? But no, you got to be able to write it in exponential form so that you understand what this means, because you guys are really good with this. Okay. All right, if you're typing in the calculator, see this log shaded lower square rectangle? If I click that, there's my 2 base. The cursor will be on the lower square. That's for your base, so that's 2. Then click to the right. What's the value, the argument? 64. And so if you hit equal, it will give you this x value, which we said was 6. Here, let me rewrite it because I had it on the other paper. Okay, and so there's my 6. So the calculator will solve it for you, but you should also know what you're doing. So log base 5 to 125, there's our 3. Log 8 to the value of 1, 0. Okay, so the calculator will solve it, but you should know how, you should understand that log and exponential functions are the inverse of each other. So Monday you'll graph 1 and you'll see that it's the inverse. Fair? Yeah? Okay. If you have an assignment to give me, just give it to me. I'll put it into Canvas. Right now I'll move to Canvas. But get this going. All right? Yeah.